the only time white settlers were executed for killing Native Americans in the 1800s. Most of the violence between white settlers and Native Americans in 19th century America ended with Native people killed, dispossessed, or forced onto reservations, and very few settlers ever faced serious legal consequences for their actions. But in 1824, something almost unimaginable happened, and a small patch of frontier Indiana became the site of one of the rare moments where justice was served under U.S. law. In March of that year, near Fall Creek in Madison County, Indiana, a group of white settlers brutally murdered 9 Native Americans, including men, women, and children, who were living peacefully in a camp along the creek. The settlers, motivated by greed and racism, attacked the band and slaughtered them in cold blood, shocking local communities. News of the crime quickly, and unlike so many other frontier killings that were ignored or justified, local authorities took action. Most of the men involved in the Fall Creek massacre were captured, arrested, and charged with murder. The case moved through the legal system, and at trial, enough evidence was presented to convict several of those settlers. In 1825, 3 of the white men convicted for the killings were sentenced to death and executed by hanging in Madison County, a rare outcome for the time. A 4th man, a young teenager, was pardoned by the governor because of his age and the influence of others, but the executions still stood as an extraordinary moment in early American law. Historians note that this was one of the first documented cases in U.S. history where white Americans were executed under U.S. law for murdering Native Americans, an outcome that was almost unheard of in the era of westward expansion, when indigenous lives were often treated as having no legal weight. The executions did not create a lasting legal precedent, and most violence against Native Americans continued throughout the century without accountability. But in that one case at Fall Creek, the judicial system acted, and lives on both sides of that frontier tragedy were forever marked by the rare and somber moment when the law applied equally to white settlers and Native American victims.